more towards the new guy looking to get in the junk industry, and they have an option. They could go franchise or they could go their own thing. What do you recommend since you've seen both ways?
Most of the new guys out here, you're gonna have to build it from scratch. Not everybody has the funds to go franchise because you have to have serious cash to get a franchise. And that's why all the franchises out there are owned by businessman. They have their own business somewhere else. They've done very well or inherited a bunch of money or, whatever they've done in the past. And they want to try something different, or they already have several businesses and this is a new investment for them. So they have, lots of cash because it's going to cost you several hundred thousand to whatever, depending on where the franchise is, whatever. But you have to have at least $1 million in the bank too, you know.
So, so what do you think about Ricardo franchising and all
That's
those? Is that
that's
like $1 million in the
that's
bank?
that's a weird process. That's not even a franchise. That's
Okay,
basically
okay,
that's more of a sponsorship.
okay.
Basically using his name, which frankly, the people that he does his sponsorships with probably utilize his why do I got balloons flying? But they 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 do a better job at using his name than he does. He's
Okay.
got a great logo, he's got a great brand going for him, but he doesn't even use it except on his website. And occasionally he'll wear a shirt that has it on it. His guys actually have it on their trucks. They do a good job. It's a great logo, great name, great brand. I don't know why he doesn't even utilize his own brand, but the other people do that he sponsors. So it's
So
basically like Charlie says,
Charlie
that's
says,
licensing, not franchising.
"Yeah, we got Charlie in the room, guys." And I want to quick shout out to everybody in here. We got Julio in the house. We got my man
Julio,
Cisco.
Cisco,
Ignacio's in the house.
Ignacio,
Matt Vick over at Sonoma Strong.
Matt Vick.
We got our man Charlie in the house as well. So, okay, this is what I wanted to know. So, what do franchises do better than independents?
With franchises, you have a support system. You have the corporate office there. They have their own marketing team. They have their own, advisors on everything, brand awareness, marketing, financial, all the way down the line. You have a support system behind you. And that's why, their franchising fees are, whatever money you make, you're paying them out like 17, 18% of every penny that every dollar that you make because they have that support system for you. So that's the only difference. You already have a recognized brand. That's what you're buying, right? A brand that everybody already recognizes.
And
Um,
let me ask you, Kevin, when you say support system, meaning do you have like somebody that you could pick their brain, kind of like a coach on hand all the time that helps you out?
yes,
You have team
yes.
people with marketing and
You
all
have
the
a whole
bells and whistles.
marketing and brand awareness team. You have, uh, you know, for every territory, there's a guy that's there to help you. At any advice that you need, he's there to give you that support. There's a whole line of people there to give support
Any
in
situation you're in.
any situation that you have.
Now,
They have a commercial team, that helps with, depending on what direction you want to go when you're getting commercial jobs. They just all the way down the line, there's a huge support system that they have.
now, as far as what it costs to, get in franchise and pay all those fees and all that, would it make more sense just going and paying a coach and just going independent then? Or is it just all
Probably.
the resources that you're getting with the franchise on top of the coaching?
Well, like I said, it all depends on what you want to invest into it. You can start your own. You can invest in a business coach. You're going to do great. Like I said, they're mostly paying for the name and the support system because that brand is already recognized throughout the world. So, that's what you're buying. That's why you're getting that, paying that 17, 18% on top, everything else. Plus you're paying for marketing, plus you're paying for this and that and that. But
Denise has a comment right here. Like she says, franchises are like HOAs. In my opinion, too many rules on dictating what you can and cannot do. I've owned a franchise prior.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're very picky, and if you don't follow the rules, they can fine you. They can take away your franchise. You know, in the Atlanta area, I always mention that there's 3 different franchises. At one point, there was 4. There was a smaller one, and that guy was doing some shady shit, and he got caught. You know, he was doing jobs off the books, not paying those franchises fees, you know, and just pocketing all the money. It was a smaller location, and they found out about it, and they said, "You have 2 choices. We either take that franchise away from you, and you lose everything, or you sell it at a pennies on the dollar to the franchise that's closest to you," which was the one that we were at. He was forced to sell it to us for pennies on the dollar because they were like, either that or we take it away from you.
That's crazy.